Welcome to today's vlog on OJB fashion style. In this vlog, we'll be sewing a simple circle dress with pleats. So for our circle dress, we'll be needing these two fabric, the black and the Ankara fabric. So the first thing I did was to take the measurement of the size of fabric required for the making of our circle dress. And for this, I had 55 inches long and 55 inches wide. Actually added material on both edges so as to get my exact measurement of our fabric. So please ensure you take the right measurement of the fabric before cutting the scarf so you can get the actual length of your circle dress. So after that, I folded my fabric in a triangle shape as you see me doing, and then while folding I did another fold and left the zip allowance which will be required for the back of our circle dress. So please ensure you take note of that. Having done that, I went to get pins and then I held my materials together so as it will not be shifting while I'm doing my cutting or taking my measurement. And so the first thing I did was to take the shoulder measurement. Please ensure to leave out the zip allowances while taking your shoulder measurement as you see me do. So my shoulder measurement was 8 inches. It was actually 16 inches which I divided by 2 to give me 8 inches. And then after I went down to my bust line measurement, which was 10 from the shoulder measurement, 10 inches. Then I also went above my bust measurement by 2 inches to get my armhole measurement. So as you see me do, as I'm measuring now, I'm actually taking the neckline measurement. For the back, I took 3 inches wide over 1.5 inches deep, while for the front, it was 3 inches wide and 3 inches deep. So thereafter, I connected my arm and my shoulder together as you see me do. Please ensure you add at least 1 inch sewing allowance after taking your armhole measurement. So I actually forgot to take the circle measurements as in around the area. So I went straight to cutting before I remembered I had not taken the circle measurement. So that's what you see me doing now, trying to get my circle measurement from the shoulder. So I went in by 33 inches. Please ensure you add your same allowances as you take your circle measurement so the gown will not be too short. Having done that, I connect the dots together and then I went ahead to cut. So I had only finished cutting the back side neck area. So for the front, after separating it, I went ahead to finish cutting the front neckline as you see me do. So you can see that our back side of our circle dress has been neatly connected and also the front side, so it's looking nicely. You can see our halter neck looking neatly cut as you see me do. So the next thing I did was to pipe the armhole both for the front and also for the back with the black fabric. So I went ahead to cut a 2 inches wide material so as to be able to fix the piping of the armhole. So for the piping, what I simply did was to attach the black material on the wrong side first and run a stitch, then fold it over to the right side and run a top stitch on it. So I'm actually placing the back fabric on the wrong side of the material. You would see where I shifted it up, so you would see that it's actually the wrong side of the material. So I haven't done that. I flipped it over and then I did a top stitch. And here we have our beautiful piping for our armholes. So the next thing, I'll be joining the back fabric together, and around the zip area I'll run a stitch on it while I leave out a space for my zip. Having done that, it is time to attach our black fabric to the halter neck. So I took the first thing I did was to take the measurement of the neckline area, and then I went ahead to cut the black material with 3 inches wide, and then the halter neck area was around 12 inches long. So that's what you see me doing now. So now we'll be cutting the black fabric required for our halter neck, and for the length it was 12 inches while it was 3 inches wide. So I'm actually removing like about an inch from the material I'd already cut so as to get a perfect um, halter neck. So after that, we'll be turning the materials into two. We'll be making a fold in two, as you see me do. Then we'll be sewing the two edges. So after that, I turned it over to the right side, and then I made a notch at the middle of the black material. Then I also went ahead to make a notch on my front side of my circle dress so as to be able to get the middle of it. And then I attached one side first, and this was on the wrong side of the fabric. Please take note, I am pinning the black material on the wrong side of the fabric, and it is the side which was turned inward of the black fabric that I'm actually placing on the wrong side of the Ankara fabric. So I pinned it now to the front side. You can see me indicating there that it is the wrong side of the Ankara fabric. You place your black material on top to pin. Then we'll also do the same for the back side. So we'll be pinning it, attaching it to the back side, as you can see me doing. So I'm actually turning it over. You saw where I did a turn there on the wrong side before placing my pin now. Please ensure you do that. So having done that, we'll be turning the black material now over to the front side, and then we'll make our final top stitch on the neckline area. Please ensure you watch this section. You see me folding it in now, and then after that I'm indicating that a top stitch will be made on it. So it's actually quite simple and it's beginner friendly. So after doing that, um we'll be sewing both sides of our circle dresses. So we are close to done with the upper section of our circle dress. So You can see me joining. So you take your measurements again on the bust side before making a stitch. So next, I went ahead to cut out my fabric I'll be needing for making my pleats around the edges of our circle dress. So for this, I needed about 4 inches, or sorry, 4 yards of length of my Ankara fabric and 11 inches wide. So please take note of that. For the length of this fabric for making pleats, it was actually around 4 yards that I used in length, while the width was about 11 inches width. So all we need to do was just to make pleats around and sew. And our gown is ready. You can see it looking beautiful. So that will be all for today's vlog. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.